Oh my golly, is Warhammer Chaosbane good. I do not remember having this much dumb fun in an action RPG since I was first introduced to the genre back in the late 90s with Diablo 2, and I have played a lot of them since. As you might expect, Chaosbane's gameplay is both simple and addictive. See hordes of enemies, destroy hordes of enemies. The fact that publisher Big Ben and developer Eco Software clearly understand the genre is why this game works so well. But it isn't perfect. Yet. Here is my review. Just as we get started, I want to give a shout out to Josh Harris, who is our latest YouTube member, and of course thank you to everybody else who continues to support me and the channel. You begin your adventure through Warhammer Chaosbane by choosing one of 4 pre-established playable characters, with each fulfilling a unique class role. For my main playthrough I selected the Wood Elf Archer Alyssa. There is no customization screen and each of the classes are gender locked, with the 4 characters being represented by 2 girls and 2 boys. Alyssa is the typical range class. Combat with her felt extraordinarily satisfying, with my go-to ability of unleashing volleys of arrows over large areas, making swift work of any foes that dared to come onto the screen. As I levelled up, I was able to choose various skill paths, and I decided to combine arrows with pets. Killing enemies would summon an army of treants that would rampage around, attacking anything they didn't like the smell of. And for the first character on the player's account, only one game mode will be initially available. This is the standard story mode, which covers 4 acts, or chapters as they are known here. It is a linear, one quest at a time experience that should be seen as the means by which you will learn of the game's various mechanics and systems. And it took me about 9.5 hours to complete the story and reach the level cap of 50. By this point the endgame modes have all unlocked. There are currently 3 endgame modes available. These are Expeditions, which allow you to destroy enemies across randomly generated maps, Boss Rush, which allows you to repeat battles against the story bosses for extra loot. Incidentally, the boss fights in Chaosbane have been incredibly well designed. Each of those encounters are epic and take place over multiple phases. My one criticism is that there's only 4 of them. The game's final boss is simply breathtaking, but after defeating it, I wanted more and was very sad to see the credits roll. The third and perhaps important endgame adventure is the Relic Hunt. Similar to Expeditions, you get to explore a procedurally generated map, but this time with a twist. Before starting the hunt, you pay gold for a penalty which will hinder your character in some way. For example, with this particular map I'm showing you now, my resource would deplete if I didn't move, and my armour was reduced for the full remainder of the run, every time I took damage. Now, to counter the penalty, the game does provide extra rewards, and these rewards include a higher loot quality for the dungeon and more dropped fragments, which are basically a type of currency you can use to purchase skills and upgrade gear. One thing I noticed though was that when my armour was low enough that I was basically one-shot by the enemies, I resurrected with everything restored back to normal, which meant I could continue on with the dungeon in relative safety. I'm not sure if that was a bug or not, but it seemed kind of counterintuitive to actually be rewarded for dying. At the end of the Relic Hunt, you face off against a boss, and by defeating it are given access to a chest filled with powerful loot. I can imagine that as I continue on playing through Warhammer Chaosbane, further Relic Hunts will be taking up a large amount of my time. Now, while these extra game modes are not available immediately, they are unlocked progressively as you play through the adventure across the entirety of your account. So once one character can play them, every character on the account can do so regardless of his or her level. This includes characters you create in the future also. There are other features that are account-wide as well. This includes currencies such as gold and fragments. There's also a chest in each chapter's hub, which acts as a shared stash, and the 5 chaos difficulties are also unlocked once one character has completed the main adventure. You will probably want to make various different characters as well in order to explore the different builds for each class. This can be done using the game's powerful skill system. These skills are learned automatically as the player levels up, and by level 50 the full repertoire is available. However, each ability requires a certain amount of skill points to equip, and of course the amount of skill points that you have are limited. You can of course swap out abilities in order to create a combat build that will see you proud. On top of the standard skills, of which you learn all, There is also the God skill tree, which is a little bit more limiting. The God skill tree allows you to purchase various stat boosts and abilities with favour points and fragments. However, you only get one new favour point per level up, and there are more than 50 nodes that can be purchased in total, so you will have to make choices here. Now you can unlearn nodes, and that will refund the favour points that you spent, but it will not refund the fragments. Incidentally, the fragment cost increases each time you purchase a new node. So you're not going to want to be changing builds regularly, because over time this is going to become very, very expensive indeed. In fact, some of the game's other mechanics also have increasing values of costs associated with them, in particular player death. Now when you die in Warhammer Chaosbane, and there is no hardcore mode available yet, though that will be added later, you have to choose to either resurrect outside of the quest that you're currently on, or the map that you're currently on, and forfeit anything you've accomplished so far. Or if you want to resurrect where you died, you can do so for a fragment and or gold cost, although again this increases each time you do so. And I'm not sure whether there's a cap to that increase, but I haven't found it yet. As with any respectable ARPG, one of Chaosbane's core systems is its loot, and overall the loot is fun, and as expected, it is easy to get addicted to upgrading your character's equipment by ploughing through enemies seeking those glorious drops of red. You can also upgrade items with extra power later on at the Collector's Guild once that feature has been unlocked. Unfortunately, the game does not always appear to be fully polished. There are times when I encounter placeholder text and my character's voice actor would randomly become a man.
She is with Skraeling at the old elven temple. I need a way to get inside.
Going forward, the developers will remain committed to the game, so I expect these niggles to be fixed and smoothed out in time. Overall, I've been loving my time with Chaosbane, and I can easily recommend it to any fan of the action role-playing game genre, and I can't wait to see where the game goes from here. There we have it then, that's my review folks. Thanks for stopping by today. Please don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section, especially interested in hearing from those of you that have actually played Chaosbane. Please do let us all know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.